Alright, so here is a video of my Lancia Zagato Special Edition that I'm selling. Get you a full 360 degree picture of it. All right, show you some of the interesting quirks and features, Doug DeMuro style. So it has a removable Targa top. The Targa actually sits in the trunk, and then this is a regular convertible top. It has a cover over it, and then it actually has a real and useful 4 seats right there. So you can actually get 4 adults in it, which is pretty cool for an Italian convertible. There's very few like that. This particular one has a very clean interior. So you can see it's got seats at some point. I'm sure somebody redid them, and the carpet looks to be incredibly good condition. It has right at 100,000 miles on it. Hear the little ting 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 of the bell. So it's actually a very comfortable car to ride in. This one in particular never had a radio, so it's got the radio delete option from the factory. These switches here, you would think they do to power windows. They do not. Power window switches are down here. Is a manual, and I'm gonna give it a start. Show you what it sounds like. You will hear the exhaust leak. Yep, that's the exhaust leak coming from right up by the. That's the exhaust leak coming from right up off of the manifold. Not the manifold to the head, that would be the manifold to the downpipe. There is a couple of bolts missing. I do have, in the glove box, a replacement gasket for it to make it stop making that horrible noise. Alright, these sides here, they have little plastic rings that fit on there. They like to snap off. I do have both of those rings. Here's the ashtray. Could smoke a cigarette. And it's actually quite comfy. It has a really fancy lever here for doing the tilt steering. And if that's not cool enough, how about this one? It's got dual air horns. That is factory, that there's dual air horns on the car. It has some other cool features, like when you go to put the seat forward, the lever for it is right here in the back of the seat. And when the seat goes forward, you'll notice the bottom of it moves forward too, so there's plenty of room to get into the back seat. It has this cool perforated leather headliner. I don't know if it's leather or vinyl, but it looks really cool. This is a girl who works for me, and she loves this car. What do you think of Lancia Zagatos?
What?
What do you think of this car?
I love it, and I want it, and I wish it was mine.
Well, it could be hers, I keep telling her. She just needs to have a garage. Anyways, there's the car right here. Let's rev it a few good times. Oh, it has that sweet Italian rev to it. Has the cool thing with the big blinker hanging out here. Big high beam, low beam switches. It's actually quite comfortable reclined seating position, and has this big wide windshield. Reminds me of driving a Ferrari Testarossa. Yes, I compared it to a Ferrari Testarossa. I know it's way cheaper than that, but those are pretty cool cars too. It has a lot of cool Italian features. I think it's pretty cool. If I talk about too much, I won't want to sell it. But as you can see, I've got an Alfa Spider, Porsche Cayenne Turbo, Mini Cooper. I've got a Maserati. I've got a couple more Alfa Spiders, and I've got some Fiat X19s. So that is the reason why this car is going for sale. Look how cool this front end is, though. Nobody has anything like this. Yeah, it has a dent right here. It's fairly easy to knock out. I was tempted to knock out most of it, but I haven't. It's got a few little things on it. You can see a little ding right here. But other than that, it's pretty good. It's been oversprayed one time. Let's open up the trunk here. So the trunk has a cool feature, and that when you put the key in here and you lock this, this actually twists and turns inside, so it sits flush when it's locked. So this is the Targa top convertible right here. I also have an extra one for it, and I have an extra set of wheels for it. Extra 2 wheels for it. One with a tire on, and we've got new wiper blades and a new some new gaskets in there for valve cover. But it has cool Lancia gold and black striping, and that is original to it. Has been oversprayed, but it was oversprayed, the original color. And it has the black and gold wheels. The owner before me apparently had to replace this front windshield, so it has new gaskets on it. That's about what I can tell you. Let's pop the hood and have a look at things. Oh, this car's cool. Probably shouldn't sell it. It's got too many toys. So the good news is this thing does qualify for Haggerty classic car insurance. I live at a busy intersection. You can hear all the wannabe race car drivers and Subarus. They're not as cool as this. So you can see there's a little bit of coming off of the blanket there on it. So this is essentially the Fiat 124 Spider motor is in here, but front wheel drive. The problems this car currently has is that, as you could hear, right down back here, you can see the exhaust manifold. There's like a downpipe connector, and the downpipe connector is where it's leaking from. And there's a small oil leak also coming from this cam box right here. It is leaking down onto the exhaust. It's been that way for years. Very, very little oil. We talked about the dual air horns. Here they are. Here's the dual air horns. And this is where you can put oil to keep your air horn compressor properly oiled. This is very important Italian maintenance. Fuse and relays are right here. It's a pretty cool layout of a car. I guess one of the problems they had with these things when they were new is that the subframes would come loose where the bolts were connected to it and fall on the ground. This one has been welded up and extra reinforced underneath on the subframe. So that will not be a problem with this particular car. It's got these cool door handles. They look like the ones on a Fiat X19. They are not. They are different. They're their own thing, and they're made of like a heavier cast material. But the car does have a cool thing. When you shut the doors, always makes a nice sound. Sounds like a BMW. Except it's Lancia. And you have to say it like that. Lancia. This is a Lancia. Has these cool mirrors. Same ones they had on the later X19s. It's got the brakes from Fiat X19. It's got the same front struts as a Lamborghini Galpa. Or some people say Jalpa. It's the same struts as that. And they can be replaced with Volkswagen inserts, apparently, to trick on those. It's got the cool Lancia badge. 4 headlights. And one redneck once said about this to the former owner, he said, "Man, that's the ugliest BMW I ever did see." So don't expect to impress rednecks. They don't have enough education for this car. I don't know. It's super unique. It's fun. It's different. I quite like it. It's got a nice convertible top underneath here. I could pull that up, but I've got the cover on it. And I hope you like this thing. From the back, looks like an 84 Toyota. Obviously Toyota copying it. From the front, it looks like a BMW. And from this, let's shut this again real quick. And this front quarter angle, it doesn't get much cooler than that, does it? Look at that. All right, let's end this video here.